last we left off. You uncovered a smuggling operation, you joined those smugglers and then betrayed the captain, and then now you have a ship and a crew. The town of Saltmarsh were after this renowned pirate captain and returning all the stolen goods to the town of Saltmarsh as a reward for all this. And you've been given the haunted house because you've asked for it. I think they gave you 250 gold pieces worth of repairs to the ship, and they've advised that you do rebrand it. You have now returned to Saltmarsh, you've docked your ship. You enter the dry dock to a guy called Winston, who is a little halfling, really curly hair, and above his little desk is a really magnificent fish that he's caught. He wipes his nose as the door opens.
I think we should discuss a name for the ship.
Oh, the red herring.
I don't give a shit.
I was going to suggest the Bumblebee or you.
Humble C.
Humble wouldn't,
Humble wooden.
or humble shouldn't. I like the bumblebee, obviously.
We need an adjective in front of it.
The angry bumblebee. It's very threatening.
The disappointed Bumblebee. It's not angry, it's just disappointed.
Yes.
Disappointed. I think it's perfect.
The disappointed Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Go with that then.
Hi, Winston.
He wiped his nose again, pockets his handkerchief, slammed his hands down on the desk. So, you're the new owners of the Sea Ghost, I've heard.
Well, it's not the sea ghost anymore, it's the disappointed bumblebee.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Apparently, we're supposed to discuss some upgrades. Apathy's got a cold right now, so she can't speak.
Which one's Apathy?
Apathy is the demon who's just kind of lying on the floor, almost dying.
You should see a healer about that. I just do boats.
I'm here to see about the boat.
Are you looking to upgrade the sails, the hull? What kind of upgrade are we talking about?
The whole shebang.
We should have like a sting on the back. And if we reverse into another ship, we could break it.
I was thinking on the front, like as a
Figurehead thing.
yeah figurehead, but it's a bee sting.
It's a
Can we give it
bumblebee's
wings?
butt.
Yeah, maybe we should do it on the back.
Can we have wings?
If
Can we-
you want wings on the side, it's not something I do traditionally, but if it's a decorative thing, then I guess so.
We need a new paint scheme. I'm thinking black and yellow.
What about yellow and black? Shake things up a little.
I think we should go with the traditional black and yellow.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Vertical stripes or horizontal stripes? I can't remember which one's slimming.
Vertical just makes you look like a pencil next to a few other pencils.
Yeah, maybe we should go horizontal.
Let me just get this straight. We've got horizontal, yellow and black. Or was it black and yellow?
It was black and yellow.
You want decorative wings and you want a sting on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Great, I can sort that out.
Now I've discussed the decorations.
What
Oh,
colour can our sails be? Can they have like wing pattern on them?
like a flower colour with a bee just on it.
Oh, so sweet.
Can we do that, Winston?
This won't add any advantages to the efficiency of the ship.
That's true, so let's talk buoyancy.
Looking at your sails now, it won't last you 6 months at sea. Brand new sails, it's going to come up around, what, $12.50, including all the decorations on that.
$12.50.
We could just decorate the ones you've got now and then you can come back to us in 6 months' time.
We should do that, because we can get a lot of money in 6 months.
Trap doors, but they only lead to the crabs at the bottom of the sea.
That could lead to a lot more flooding than we need.
I just thought it was beautifully pointless.
Okay, Winston, just a decoration, so I think we can leave the fun stuff to you. Oh, Apathy, you're awake.
Hey, you're finally awake.
So, we've discussed our decorations for the ship. We haven't discussed a figurehead yet.
I think the figure thing at the front of the ship should be Apathy, because she's technically the bumblebee in question.
And so the crew will get to work on it this week, so we'll check back in on us in about 3 or 4 days' time and we should be...
Have we done actually any useful repairs yet?
No.
Is it my
Yeah,
ship?
you're the captain. Or use
Tomorrow.
first mate.
So it's mine until I'm
Killed by one of us.
So-
What?
The dockmaster again comes in, and you notice him wobbling on a bit of a peg, and he says, your crew, we've already got them settled. We've had to obviously put them in the Mariners Guild Hall, where you can also go to rest should you wish to.
I think we should go to the guild hall.
Sure.
You get given a room in the guild hall where you spend the next week. You've learned, all of you, across this time spent in Saltmarsh, that there are two major factions. There's the traditionalists who like the way things used to be, where there were no dwarves mining in the mine. Kevin can sympathise with those people. And you've got the loyalists who want to make the town magnificent and envy of the corner of the world you're in. Traditionalists like smuggling because it adds flavour to the thing, and it's what they've done for so long, whereas loyalists hate it and do everything they can to stop it. Eliander is a loyalist. You all regarded as heroes of the news has very quickly spread that you've brought down Sam Ballots, the renowned smuggler. The traditionalists have taken a bit of a disliking to all of you for doing that because he was the main smuggler of the city, and they were getting a lot of money in for hiring them to go out and find him. So apathy, over the next week in Saltmarsh, what do you do, please?
I am carousing, being friendly, making friends with people, but it's kind of to just sort of distract people from my investigation and snooping.
Firstly, you met with a lot of fear over the first couple of days until people figure out that you're not actually that scary a person. And on the final day, you're having a final drink with your friends before, heading off on your new adventures. Two of them are like, we've got an idea.
Yes?
You know Winston?
Yes.
Yeah. You know the prized fish he has displayed?
Yeah.
We'll give you 25 gold pieces each. And he looks at his friend, it's like, each 25 gold pieces each if you steal that and you bring it to us. It's just as a dare, of course.
Why?
It's fun.
Okay.
It is late at night and the dry dock will be closed, so I'll just need a stealth check to see if you can break in and take that, please.
23.
Breaking through an open window, you slide into the dry dock. He's sleeping at his desk as you carefully creep up and lift this massive carp off the display he has, and you carry it out the window again and display it to your new friends. One was called Hal, the other one's called Dirk. You hand it over to them, and wide-eyed, they're like, okay, that's the best prank we've ever pulled. Winston's going to hate us. And then they pay you the 50 gold pieces.
I have been tavern hopping, trying to make some friends.
On this last night, you do see Apathy at the table, carrying a rather large fish. But you have made a bunch of other friends over this week as well. You knew most of them by sight, being part of Saltmarsh for a while, but you'd never truly known them as friends until this week. You would now gain a +1 to all checks you'll make across Saltmarsh indefinitely.
Amazing.
I'm researching about navigation and ship sailing and stuff like that.
Oleander, you've been studying in his library. He's given you access to it, and he's also been paying you a wage to sort through a load of old records. And so over this week, you've been taking 5 gold pieces per day. And amongst your research as well, you do look into books on navigation, and you find a bunch of old star maps. And so when traveling at the stars, you will gain advantage on checks for navigation through that way.
I have been generally sweeping and tidying, and I've made a new friend who I'd like to show off to the whole group. So he's been following me around for days. So I finally picked him up. I'm not quite sure whether he's a frog or whether he's a toad, but he makes no noise. He's a completely silent little frog or toad thing. Don't know if this is of interest to anybody in the group.
No, that is a completely neutral reveal for me.
Something I've missed.
But other than that, I've just been generally sweeping and tidying and doing little nice things.
You've gained a lot of favour with the loyalists because they obviously want the town to be great. They're tossing you silver pieces every couple of days, and you've got a small band of people just following after you. So they've all got little brushes, and they're also now sweeping up, following the leadership that you've set up.
I've been searching for my dwarf nemesis. I've been threatening a lot of people.
The town have come to fear Kevin, and you've been assigned a task by the traditionalists to hunt down and kill a certain mercenary dwarf. And as you come up to the final night before you begin to head off, the town is suddenly erupted with noise around you. As you sat inside the taverns, you hear a general rush of commotion outside all the doors and in the middle of the streets.
One of me checks it out.
Schmertz pokes his head out of the door to see about 100, possibly more, dwarves, torches in hands, running through the streets, screaming to evacuate.
I go back inside.
Can I go to my new friend, Eliander?
So as he is in his residence, where his library obviously is, and he pushes Throckmorton out the way, and he's like, you stay safe just in case it's an issue. Closes the door behind him, and you hear him just shout to the crowd, just calm down.
I run to find Apathy, a little bit scared.
Apathy is in the town with the fish. As you push it to the door, it swings off its hinges.
I look a little bit sheepish, but then just sit down in the corner.
What's wrong?
Just lots of
What did
loud
you do?
noises.
You don't like loud noises.
No,
Why not?
I'm a quiet person.
Why are there loud noises?
I don't know. I didn't stop to find out.
Shall we go and find out and I'll hold your hand?
Yeah, okay.
Apathy takes Ollie's hand and they go to seek the source of the loud noises. So
Sorry.
you all come out of the various taverns and stuff where you've been, follow the sound of the noise, which is dwarves running through the streets, shouting evacuate. Eliander finally calms them down and asks what is going on, what is the danger here. One of the dwarves, seems to be the spokesperson, who is slightly taller than the rest of them by about 2 inches, and so is obviously the captain of them, steps up,
Longer beard.
shines his lantern up to Eliander's face. The mine is not safe. Something's going to come out of there anytime. We can't defend it any longer. We've mined a bit too deep and we've uncovered something terrible.
It always happens with dwarves. You always go too deep.
Is it the Valrog?
What is it now?
We've got men down there. They need rescuing.
I vote we should go and save the dwarves.
I want to find the thing that's killing dwarfs. I want to know if it's a
Maybe we
Valrog.
could take it our pet.
Let's go join the danger. Be the
Yes.
You hear a few shouts around the crowd. What about those new heroes, the ones who dealt with Sam Bella? And it's like, yeah, the heroes. Where are they? They see Kevin, they see Apathy, they obviously see RU, who's not really been credited as being one of the people who brought down Sam Bella because he's just always been around. Eliander makes eye contact with Throckmorton.
Over.
We hired you to deal with the haunted house. If you can go down there and rescue the men, or obviously sadly bring back the bodies to the families, then we'll be able to pay you.
I like that.
Deal with whatever threats down there.
Okay, I huddle the group together and I say, what do y'all think?
Yes.
Okay, that's 1 for going.
Yes.
It's 2.
Kevin, how about you?
What's in it for me?
Gold. I look back at Oleander and it's like, how much gold?
He looks down at all the dwarves and seems to size them up. I can't speak for them, but I'd say 1,000 gold pieces.
I think that's fair. I think that we'll be on our way to getting new sails.
We can forget about the sales.
If you want to stay up here, that's fine by me. But
Oh, wow, I can't embarrass myself by being the only one not going.
or you?
Yeah, I'd do it for nothing.
I'm getting his share.
I go back to Oleander and I say, we're in.
Obviously, time is of the essence, but we need to just discuss. If you'd all come into my office.
Let's go.
Okay, so he takes you through into his office as the town's rioting and they need some kind of leader to step up and calm them. And he's like, I need to sign a contract with you. If you die, it's not the city's fault.
The Saltmarsh back guarantee.
Well, we need on the contract that we're getting 1,000 gold pieces. Too.
Oh, of course. Well, the cost is on there. Hiring you as a mercenary.
Can I somehow whisper to Apathy next to 1,000 gold pieces? Can you sneakily write each?
Of course.
I would need a sleight hand.
Flight of 10.
16.
That's a 10. So as he's just watching all of you as you're all signing your names, you're able to subtly write each, and he doesn't notice you doing this.
Doof signs as Tadpole McCoy.
It's like, wait a minute, this is from a fairy tale.
What I have in my pocket right now.
And he's like, well, good luck to all of you. You'd find the mine just 2 miles out of town.
Do we need to pick up some more weapons or something?
Hearing that, so as you're leaving the town, Kevin's like, hang on a minute, shouldn't we be all getting more weapons and stuff? A large bearded guy, who you all already recognise now to be Gellon Primewater, the leader of the traditionalists. He's got a bottle of alcohol in his hand and he's loving the festivities. And he turns around to Kevin, he's like, oh, of course, yeah, you're the heroes, aren't you? Heading off to the mine to solve the dwarves' issues. Well, yeah, you would need some more weapons. He looks you up and down, he's like, tell you what, as thanks for dealing with our smuggler friend, weapons are on me. He writes a note, hands it to Kevin. I'm good associates with Keladak, the town magician. You'd all go speak to him, and I'm sure he'll give you some items for free. Can't have our new heroes risking their lives.
We're risking our lives for dwarves. How do we know that these aren't faulty?
I'm not going to give you faulty weapons. I like a good story. And if you come back alive with a couple of dwarves in your hands, dead or alive, I think it'd make a good tale.
Can I roll an insight check?
You can definitely roll an inside check.
He's trying to kill us.
Oh boy, that's a 9.
He's not misleading you. He does like a good story. He's loving the chaos that's been erupted around the town, and he thinks that you can just add to that chaos.
I scratch my head thoughtfully. I'm like, okay, well, I think you're genuine. Let's go over to the healer person, guys.
Oh,
Skeptically.
I don't trust this guy.
I do.
I'm inspecting the note.
The note pretty much says that these are the people that brought down Sam Bella. He's covering the full cost of what the party needs. And then there's a small note in Dwarven, if any of you can read that.
Can we get one of the dwarfs to read it?
If you want to, there are loads of them around.
Yeah, I tackle a dwarf.
Seeing a dwarf run past, carrying his little lantern as well, just hobbling along, do jump them and grabs his ankles and pulls.
Read this, dwarf.
He's recognizing you are all as the new heroes, and he's like, fortune favors the prepared.
Hey?
This just solidifies my belief that this guy's a good guy.
Maybe we go to Keladak and we quote the dwarven bit and see if it's like a secret code to get something else.
Maybe.
We might get, there's something else we'll get, might be like
Death.
murdered.
There's only one way to find out.
Let's go.
Throckmorton, I'm giving you the note.
Okay, I take the note.
I would like to utilize my nimble escape when leaving every room from now on.
Right, we go to Keladak.
So you head up to his tower, which is one of the most magnificent buildings in this place, and you knock on his door. He opens it. He's been obviously looking out the windows at all the stuff that's going on. He's 7 feet tall, dark-skinned, bald-headed, and he's like, how can I help you?
I hold out the note and I say, prepared are the ready.
Fortune favors the prepared.
There we go.
That is the phrase of Gillen Primewater. What are you repeating it to me for?
I say, this is from Gillen Brainwater.
He takes the note. He's like, is this some kind of joke? This is in his hand.
And he said that we get some free items or magic.
Better come in then.
I come in.
The tower, while the outside is made of stone, on the inside, the walls are just kind of glowing metal and kind of energies in here. The whole tower is just round, but then each room has its own mini tower that you cannot see from the outside. And he pulls you through into one of these. This note is less of just a request for free items and more of a separate contract, if you will.
Do you want us to join the traditionalists?
No, there's no
I'm very flattered.
no signing up involved, just a favour from you to us in return for goods, and we will pay you triple whatever Eleander has offered you.
We've been offered 1,000 gold each. You can even see the contract.
We can
For 10,000 gold each then.
3,000 gold each. And he looks at down at Doofenshmirtz. We can definitely make that work on the condition that opens up a small box and he pulls out a wand. Are any of you used to using these?
Not me. I
I'm
suck.
interested.
He puts the wand back in the box, closes it, and he's like, we need someone to pull off a certain thing in the mine to cease what they're doing.
I whisper to Apathy, was that a sparkle stick?
What do you mean sparkle stick?
I don't know, there's just sometimes the sticks that if I pick them up, they sparkle.
Uh,
But they don't for the
maybe.
people.
I say to the guy, we may have a person who can wield a sparkle stick here.
Let's try to steal it.
The sparkle stick, if you so much to call it that, is a certain wand that we've put iron.
Wand of missiles.
Oh no, that's lesser magic. This is a wand of lightning bolt.
Ooh.
It is a single-use wand because we've placed all the charges into one, and it could cause significant damage. We just need someone to go in there. Can it be any of the traditionalists? Because our faces are known around town. But if an accident were to occur inside the mine,
Well, it seems like an accident has already occurred inside the mine.
oh no, we've got the opportunity now. If all the dwarves have evacuated, we now got an opportunity, a very rare opportunity, to be in there and to stop their operation.
Sounds like an evil plot to me.
I think we should let you decide if he's going to be the one to use it.
Can someone translate what the wizards just said into or you speak?
Big bang in mine with stick.
With sparkle stick. Big sparkly bang.
But also, you're not going to explain the whole dwarf thing. I don't
Makes
know.
dwarves sad, but makes these guys happy.
I'll take the stick.
So
I'm scared about this because he won't use it in the mine. He's going to keep it.
or you take the stick, and he's like, this contract will be purely confidential and binding. He pulls out a ring, and then as he holds it in his hand, it duplicates into 6 rings. If you accept the contract, you must wear one of these rings. It will fall off once the contract has been fulfilled.
What
I like
happens if we
to see
take
this
the ring
and-
off?
You cannot take the ring off. Either of us break contract. If I fail to pay you your due sum, and if you fail to do as I've asked, it just keeps you, within our reach.
Okay, or you.
Yes.
If you don't use stick in mine, then we won't be happy.
I will. I think this is morally wrong.
I agree.
We will be dead.
Don't put the ring on then.
Yeah, that's true. What if we say no to the deal?
It's a rare opportunity, but we'll have to sadly.
Or what if one person takes all the rings and puts all the rings on?
I have a second offer if you're willing to hear it.
What if we left the building now and used the lightning rod on his house?
Those sparkle stick. Boom, boom.
What was the second deal?
I will pay you upon return. Just simply make sure those dwarves don't make it out alive. Perhaps leave a threat or two in there.
I don't know, genocide, maybe? I'm feeling morally conflicted here.
So make sure the dwarves don't leave being alive.
Just make sure they're dead.
My natural solution would to be like the foot in the water supply, so we make sure they don't leave alive, but they do leave undead.
I think 1,000 gold each is good enough for us. That's my opinion.
I give back the sparkle stick.
He puts it back, and as he closes the lid on it, the box vanishes. Least I can do, as he gives you a potion of greater healing each. And he's like, I don't want you to die in there. I also think I could use your favors in the future, and I want to stay on good terms with you. So maybe next day we can come to another arrangement.
As we're leaving, I'm gonna come out the room last, and I'm gonna cast grease all over his room.
See you in the Greasinator as you all leave. Is that Doofushermouse doing that?
Doof, because he's the worst.
Okay, so Doof takes out the Greasinator and sprays it across the floor. This guy sees that coming and immediately casts Counterspell. As the grease is leaving, it comes up in a cloud of smoke around him, and he just gives you just a look of disappointment.
Give me some finger guns and leave.
Okay, so finger gunning out of the room. It is a cloudy night. Before long, you reach the entrance to the mine, which is still lit by torches. You see across the floor as well some abandoned mining equipment. And the entrance to the mine is pitch black as you're looking down.
I use a torch.
And so
I use a torch too.
Throckmorton and Kevin light torches together, and you shine it down the long shaft that goes down. Who is taking the lead, please?
I will.
So Throckmorton with the torch ahead, please make a perception check.
10.
Okay, so with the torch heading down, you feel the cold from down below, and you hear this soft dripping of water that seems to be somewhere in this mine as well. It's mainly just one tunnel. You see a few branching off. Would you like to go down any of those, or would you like to just stay on the main track?
Okay, guys, which tunnel should we head down?
The main
Shall
one.
we do rock, paper, scissors? If I win, we're going down the smallest tunnel.
Okay, right. If I win, we go down the main tunnel. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, we can go down the main one.
Great. So, carrying on down the main one, you ignore the little passages that end up leading towards the side. See, again, more abandoned stuff along the floor. You wind across various caverns, and again, it seems like abandoned mine, until you find a ladder that just descends down.
Okay, let's go down.
So you begin clambering down the ladder. So in this initial one, you do notice obviously the crystals around you here and here, and then the tunnel goes down, and you do obviously see the first beam that has a unlit lantern on the top of it.
We proceed?
Okay, who's taking the lead?
Yeah.
Throckmorton in the lead right now. As you all begin heading down the main tunnel, you come upon a webbed body.
No.
All right, let's leave.
Goodbye. We'll go back and say they're all lying and there isn't actually anything down here.
And you also notice on the floor, as you shine your torch along, you do see glistening of spider webs along the side of the walls, and again on the floor. It seems slightly springy with various spider webs that have been.
I activate the power of denial and I press on.
Cut open the webs and see what kind of creature is underneath them.
I'd like to cry.
Apathy takes out one of the knives and pulls open the webbed figure, and it is the deceased figure of a dwarf.
What a shame.
We might have wanted that sparkle stick looking back.
Should we go back and steal the sparkle stick?
I need one of you to volunteer.
I do.
Fine. Kevin, Apathy, and either Doof or Schmertz. I'm going to cast Aid on you. Bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Your hit point maximum goes up by 5.
So with a golden light coming around, or you familiar buzzing just echoes across the mine.
Let's loot the body.
He has a fine helmet on. It's obviously dwarf-sized head. Probably might fit Doofenshmirtz. He also has some kind of medallion around his neck.
I'll take that.
And that's about it in terms of personal possessions. He's had his shovel on his back and a lantern at his hip.
Shall we press on?
Nothing else really seems to be happening as you circle around until you come up to this crossroads here. There's a big boulder that's blocking your way. The spider webs are now all over the floor.
I say we go up.
Okay, so we go up.
So you begin making your way up here. Scuffled voices or whispers from someone behind this barricade here. Please have a perception check.
21.
Okay, as you see this figure down here, he's on the ground. We've taken a bite to the shoulder. His chest is rising and falling quite shallowly.
I call for all you.
I'll come shuffling up. Let's give him a healing word.
Just as you begin reaching down, you hear the voices from behind you shouting, no, stop, he's dead. Or you begin seeing the movement in his chest rising and falling was actually several swarms of spiders who begin crawling out of him and breaking away out of his skin. Or they begin swarming across you. That is a 15 and a 11 to hit.
15 hits.
5 points of piercing damage as these spiders begin swarming you and biting into you.
Yeah, I'm setting the body on fire.
You run up to them, and with your torch, you place it on the body, and the screeching of these spiders begin to fill the cavern around you.
It's a 1.
So you place the torch down.
This is how we dealt with the spiders last time. I'll do Eldritch Blast.
Dexterity is 7.
Cool. 9 damage.
What does the weapon look like?
Well, what looks like something you spray weed killer onto your garden with, but instead of weed killer, it's just purple flames.
You take it out and you blast your purple flame at this body. It's pushed back 2 or 3 feet and just hits the plank, and the cavern is lit by this.
I will cast Veil of Dusk on Apathy, +1 to your armor class, and you have advantage on stealth.
So weaving his staff around Throckmorton surrounds Apathy with a veil of darkness. Your grey skin darkens and your eyes dim. For the ones that are biting you are now going to float out across towards Kevin and Throckmorton. So you first, that is 19 to hit, 7 points of piercing damage.
I'm doing my resistance then. Hooray, I take no damage.
All the spiders are biting you and not being able to pierce your skin at all. So you take no damage. And realizing that you're a lost cause, they begin dropping off you and slowly crawling under this fence towards the dwarves. 2 attacking. So Kevin, that is 12 to hit.
Yeah, that's done it.
So the spiders that are swarming you're able to just shine the torch around and unable to pass you. Throckmorton, that is a 17.
That hits, yeah.
Only 4 points of damage as they begin biting into you.
I'm going to give a platinum ring to Throckmorton. And as long as we stay within 60 feet of each other, you get +1 bonus to your armor class and saving throws, and you have resistance to all damage.
So you hand him the platinum ring and you are now bound together.
Can I light one of my arrows on fire from Kevin's torch and then fire it at them?
Yeah.
I do that with my shotgun.
Then
23 to hit.
please roll your damage.
7. I would like to use my cunning action to... Can I light my own torch?
You light your arrow on fire, fire it through, and as it skirts through the spiders, you see them all scatter, some of them are on fire.
I have animal friendship as a spell. Could I try and be a friend to the spiders? Oh, attack, save, wisdom 12.
And that's a natural 6. You cast animal friendship on them. They stop in their attacks and they begin looking up at you, waiting for some kind of command.
I have spider friends. I could just send them away.
Until they find the wizard guy and then go and
Yes.
eat him alive and then steal his sparkle stick.
Yes. Go find the wizard and bring me back his sparkle stick.
The spell lasts 10 minutes, so all the spiders begin heading out of the cavern.
We want to convince the dwarves to fight alongside us.
Yeah, but how do we know there's more dwarves?
Ask them.
Yeah.
Are there more dwarves?
It's just us survived. We're not sure how much further the rest of them got out, but we barricaded ourselves in here. We're not going to leave until that beast is...
Oh, so you want to fight with us?
Let them stay because then all goes to pot. Hopefully if we survive we can just come back, get them and go get our money.
Wait, did we just send all the spiders out where everyone was panicking?
Yeah, to go get the sparkle stick.
We'll lose control over them in 10 minutes, so we've just really created a big problem.
Well, they're just regular spiders, aren't they?
But they
At
were
least they
regular
must-
spiders down here.
Yeah, but
They're
they're not
coming-
under the thingy's control anymore.
Oh, no, yeah, sorry, I'm with you now.
Wait, where's Derek?
Oh, yeah.
Derek's been here the whole time.
I start leading on, carrying on down the way we're going. Let's go help more people.
In here, you do find that it is an empty cavern as you begin making your way around it, stepping along loads of spider webs along here as well, pickaxes and shovels and buckets lying around as well. But mainly it's just this floor that's been quite hastily boarded up, and you do see that it's a pool about 60, 70 feet down.
Are there any loose crystals lying around?
You find a couple.
Are they worth anything? Yeah. Do I know
Yeah,
that
they were worth quite a bit.
I want to drop a stone into the pool.
You brush through some spider webs to pick up a stone and drop it in, and you just hear a hollow splash as it lands at the bottom.
I giggle and drop another one.
All of you around the room are just hearing several plunks as you continue to just drop stones down this cavern.
Guys, I think we should go back towards the other way.
No, let's go down.
I don't want to go down there. It's scary.
Why?
It's scary.
You
Ooh,
wuss.
he's a wuss.
Let's throw him down.
Don't throw me down.
I'll drop kick you into the well.
If Kevin's doing that, I'd like a strength check from both of you, please.
So that's an 11.
At 9.
As Kevin's trying to drag Throckmorton, you're just bashing your wings everywhere, screaming a little bit, and then Kevin, you're unable to fully pull him over the edge.
Let's go back the other way, and I lead the charge.
We haven't decided that just because I didn't manage to throw you in the well.
I pick up Kevin and follow Throckmorton.
I resist strongly.
Strength checks from both of you again, please.
Oh, I got a 10.
I got a natural 20.
While you picks up Kevin, as you all then, I'm guessing, head down.
Anyone else gonna try and go down the well? No?
Okay, you ignore the well and begin
It's
making your way.
just you.
Help me! Unhand me! Derek, where are you?
Being carried as well.
What are the little mushroom-looking things down there?
Please, can we not touch them?
Can I carefully cut out some glowing mushrooms?
Can I have a perception check, Apathy?
12.
You have to cut through a bunch of spiderwebs to get to it.
Can I take a few?
I'll say there's about 7 or 8 here, so you can take more if you want to.
Is there a way to investigate them or do like a
You can roll a
check?
nature check on them.
8?
You haven't seen this type before. You've probably read about different types of mushroom, but this seems quite rare.
I could possibly use them for my stews.
They're not like damaging me in any way, are they?
Not as you're holding them now.
Do they continue to glow?
Yeah, not enough to give off a light source, but they are glowing.
Shall we carry on?
Mm-hmm.
As you're heading up, I'd like a perception check from Throckmorton, please.
That's a 12.
As you head up, you quite clearly now see there are 2 giant spiders. One is on the ceiling, the other one is nesting in a spider web to the end there.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna do the grease thing. Good luck trying to get towards us with 8 slippery legs, you
It's
nerd.
like when
You do the
Yeah?
grease all over the walls and the ceiling. Can I put down all my 1,000 ball bearings on the floor?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
The ground is completely filled with spider webs, so they will get stuck in there.
Well, can you put the grease all over the floor and the walls and ceilings? And
Covers 60 feet.
Yeah,
Components are a bit of pork rind or butter, which is great.
currently they've seen you, but they're being more defensive than anything else.
is there any other way
That's
out of this bit of the
fails.
cave?
Just about, you can see a bit further along, there's a hole that goes down a bit further there, which you can just about see through your dark vision that there's a dark hole further away, so it could be an entrance or an exit, you're not sure. So you casting this grease, please?
Yeah.
You cast grease across the floor and along the walls. Everyone now, please roll initiative.
I would like to activate my starry form. Archer constellation appears on my body, and I just kind of shoot a ray of stars from my map. 18 to hit, and that's 14 damage.
So as your arm extends, you see the arrow pierces the spider, which drops, can tangle up in its own web before regaining its balance. See its pincers just like extend as it shrieks in your face.
I lay down my ball bearings.
As Throckmorton's flying in the sky, you cast them across, some of them bounce onto the webs, and they just get caught everywhere, mixed in with the grease and the spider webs.
Can I dash away?
I'd like to cast Heroism on... I'll go with Apathy. You get 2 HP at the start of every turn.
So as Apathy is running past you, you just grab out your hand and cast this on her.
So if I set fire to the grease, would it kill Throck? Because I would not like that to happen.
No, he's in the air, so
Well, use my Toastinator, what is essentially Scorching Ray, but flamethrower.
Doofenshmirtz fire off the Innator, which blasts a fire into the whole cavern, which lights it briefly. It begins just catching, and the spiderwebs begin spreading.
I'll shoot one of them with my longbow. 17. Damage is 5.
Derek ducks as you take out your bow and fire. You shoot it right inside its side, just as it's turning up to attack Throckmorton. It looks around you, shrieks, and then begins advancing over the grease. It slips on the grease. As it's trying to make its grasp across, it slips, its foot again scrambling against the ball bearing, which just flicks into the cavern with just a dink against one of the stones, as it's going to now roll with disadvantage. So first it's going to try and web all of you as it's making its way towards you. 18 on restraining Kevin. Strength saving throw.
7.
Web just bursts out from him, which surrounds you entirely. You drop the torch, sadly. You are tangled up inside this web as it's going to jump on you and try and bite you. Natural 20. Please can make a constitution saving throw.
5.
Okay, so as it bites you, you're going to take 8 points of piercing damage and then 6 points on top of that of poison damage. And you're now poisoned for the next minute, which means you roll with disadvantage on everything.
Now hold up. I have Absorb Elements spell. This says 4.
You take 4 hit points off that, and then you absorb that to use it in your next attack. So this next spider, which is on the ceiling, is also going to try and web up Throckmorton. 19 plus 5. make a strength saving throw, please?
Natural 20 minus 1 plus 1.
You break out of these down straight away.
Regurgitate another star. 7 to hit.
You try again to regurgitate stars, and you're unable to shoot them up with them.
I'm still carrying my torch, so I'm going to shoot a flaming arrow. So it's 15 to hit,
15 hits.
4 damage.
And so with a shriek, the spider is set alight and then begins fleeing, smouldering at the pairs. It scuttles down the hole.
Send fire down the hole.
I'm just going to run up and hit it with my mace and punch it. 17 to hit with one, natural 20 with the other. That is 11 damage.
Or you grabs it and just whacks across the side. You knock off one of its legs. As it's reaching to screech at you, you punch it in like 2 of its eyes. It then backs up, scuffling as well.
I'm gonna throw my boomerang hat at it. 25 to hit, that's a natural 20.
25 hits with a natural 20, and please roll your damage.
10.
And double, that's 20. With the boomerang hat, Doofenshmirtz takes it off and just chucks it. It hits the spider and then bounces back onto Doof's head as the spider, scuffling away, its legs flail across the grease and across the webs and the ball bearings, and then just drops down in a sprawl on the ground.
Can I take its venom?
You can. Kevin, you're still bound, so I'll let you unbind yourself.
Flailing on the floor.
I'd like to look around the room because we did a perception check that I missed and I'm worried something happened.
You notice that the spider web is very thick around the whole area.
So I'm guessing the spider that created the web isn't one of the spiders we just killed.
Ah, yes, the classic.
I want to go down the hole and kill the other spider.
I feel like we should have a memorial for these ones.
Oh yeah, Apathy, you're able to get a few vials of this stuff. So I'll say you get 6 vials of spider venom.
Can we go down the hole? I want to kill the other spider.
Well, you didn't want to go down the hole when I wanted to go down the hole.
As you're looking down there, you shine your torch down. You are taken entirely by surprise as you see 2 massive eyes, and you are speared upwards, and then you feel it just bite into your shoulder as well. That is a 12 plus 4.
Our boy's been impaled.
So it's pierced you, pulled you over, and then bitten you. 5 points of slashing damage as this thing has grabbed you. As then all of you begin to see Throckmorton kind of being grabbed by a creature. Purple flesh, the face of a spider, and its arms are pulling itself out of this hole. It is an Ettercap. It's a huge hulking spider humanoid. And the giant spider that was left alive is also at its heel, but looking very weak.
Can I rewind and take a potion?
So Kevin downs a health potion, and then you can also take an action.
Yes, I'll shoot it with my longbow. 19, 6 damage.
Down in the bottle, as then an arrow comes whistling past your ears and pierces this thing in the side of its face.
Can I make an escape?
Yeah, you can roll a strength check so you can get out of it.
That's a 10.
So he was distracted by trying to take off the arrow, because I just rolled a 7.
As a bonus action, can I take my potion?
4d4 plus 4.
12.
Gonna have to go flaming arrows again. It's a 9 to hit.
So as you're lighting the thing on fire, he's dropping Throckmorton, he's grasping for him, and just whistles over his head.
I'm going to run and hit it with my great club this time.
With your weight, you kind of just slap on the grease rather than flailing over it.
That is only 7 damage.
Taking out the great club, you just whack it over the side. He is then going to take its web thing as well from both of its hands towards you. Please roll a dexterity saving throw.
15.
Webbing surrounds you. You just pull your muscle slightly, and it breaks off you and going to try and bite you instead. 7.
Doesn't hit.
Tries to bite on you and just kind of lumbers forwards, slipping slightly on the grease as it kind of goes right past you instead.
Alright, I'm thinking of the cannon.
11
11 damage on the Eldritch Flamethrower cannon.
Regurgitating star.
I shoved my torch in it and got
Okay.
5 damage.
I shoot it with my arrow. I've got 9 hits.
So everyone responds at the same time to seeing a little cannon come out of Doofenshmirtz. It just blasts out the eldritch fire at it. Throckmorton, you regurgitate a spear. Apathy, you just shove your torch into its mouth. Screaming, flailing, it falls down. The spider, seeing its fallen leader, dies of a heart attack. Why not?
Eyes of a broken heart.
Woo!
Oh,
Let's go down the hole.
Cool.
go down the hole.
So you head down the hole. The room is a lot lighter and brighter than you expected. It's like you see windows to the outside world, which is very mysterious for being underneath a cavern. You look around and you see piles of leather clothing, mugs, and you see one dwarf who is bald. He's wearing a t-shirt that says, "I survived the Saltmarsh Mine." You have entered the gift shop of Ryan, the dwarf, and you're able to buy merchandise from the Saltmarsh Mine should you wish to.
Terrible.
And you also see like little spider toys. You see a toy of the Attic app as well should you wish to.
Buy a t-shirt.
The I Survived the Saltmarsh Mine t-shirt. It will be 5 silver pieces per item in this shop.
Yes.
Okay.
What would you like to
I
buy?
want to get a little Ettercap toy for you.
Cool. So after you buy the Ettercap toy, they also have little snow globes and that type of stuff.
Oh, get him a snow globe instead.
Get him a little snow globe, which is the this side of the mine with the 3 dwarves in there. But as you shake it, it's like spiders are falling down instead.
Can I get an Attic toy for Derek?
Sure, you get an Ettercap toy.
What else is there?
There's t-shirts. There's water skins that are branded with the Saltmarsh Mine. Tiny figures of the dwarves that you encountered in there. The one that's like, if you pull it, it splits open and shows all the organs on the inside. Squeaky pickaxes.
Oh, I get a squeaky pickaxe.
Doofenshmirtz Mercs buy a t-shirt each.
Each.
Yeah.
Sure.
Might as
I'll
well.
buy everyone one.
Oh, thank you.
That'll be 3 gold pieces for 6 of them.
I'll take the dwarf where the guts are coming out.
You all get your merchandise. Put it on little bags for you, little paper bags. Hands them all over. As you exit the shop, you re-enter back at the ladder where you were at the start. And I'll say that's where we leave the game for this week.